ACC yesterday. Congratulations to North Carolina for not losing by 25, I guess. But Duke wins. Duke covers. I mean, there were national media saying like North Carolina, pushed them. I never really felt. I guess there was a moment there at the end of the first half, but that was really about it.
Hold on.
This Duke team.
Hold on. Lost to Virginia in the second round in 1990.
So not an ACC champ, according to you guys' regulations and rules.
Correct.
Which I think are dumb as shit, but that's how y'all do it in the ACC. So
that's how it's been.
So we have to honor tradition here. But T.O., this Duke team, this was the ticket to the tournament for the Tar Heels if they were going to be able to pull this off. And again, maybe had a chance there at the end of the first half, but once Duke turned it on there in the second, man, there was no looking back for the Blue Devils.
No, it was little brother kind of toying with little brother is what it looked like. Like, I'm going to let you hang around. We're going to have fun. Cooper Flagg got a phantom foul on this when Drake Powell was guarding him. His forearm hit him in the upper chest, and all of a sudden we're going to call a third foul on Cooper. Ridiculous. We all know it was ridiculous. Randolph knows it was ridiculous. John Martin and his new beard knew it was ridiculous. It was the whole thing. Second half, Duke just felt like, hey, we're just going to shut this whole thing down. RJ's not going to get loose anymore. We're going to slow it and play at our tempo. Because that's where we're comfortable playing in the half court. We can't play when the game goes fast because we have that talent. But when we're in the half court, we can overwhelm you physically, and that's what's continued to happen. And Concanipple, I mean, it's not just Cooper on that team. Concanipple's as good as advertised, like really, really good. And Carolina, we shall see. I don't know that. I think they're playing on the second day. They got to win probably 2-3 games to get back on it. Yeah, I think they have to. So they're going to have to win that first one against Notre Dame or Pitt, which has turned into a shoe-in. By the way, all-time collapse by Pitt. Alarming, really. So imagine one of those teams win. North Carolina has to win that game. Has to. Then you have to beat Wake Forest on the second day. And then you have to beat Duke. You have to beat Duke. Like, you have to make the championship game.
That's a lot there, T.O.
That's a lot. They're not getting there. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm getting at. They're not getting there.
Yeah.
Here's my bigger question. Here's my bigger question, RC. If they get an NIT invite, do they play?
That's
a couple years ago, they didn't play.
That's
a couple years ago, they didn't play. I think they need to play.
Right.
That's a fair question. Go back to that bracket again. Can you flash the bracket up again? My question with that is, I thought the team would benefit more of – I thought it was beneficial because, remember, it was a tiebreak. Wake, Carolina, and SMU. Wake was 6, and they won, and Carolina and SMU had lost their games, so Wake goes to 4. I thought the best opportunity to make it was for any of those three was to be in the 6 seed, because getting that next game, you were able to beat a tournament quality team in Louisville, or a 7 seed, or beating Louisville or beating Clemson, and then having an opportunity, if you make it to the finals, to beat of playing against Duke and having to beat Duke. I think up top, you just got to beat Duke. Like for Carolina and Wake, I don't know if it helps any one of the other of winning that game. Either one of them have any shot, they've got to beat Duke, and then they've got to go on. I just think if you had an opportunity like SMU, sitting in the 6th spot would have given you a better chance.
Great point.
Yeah, but T.O., you and I both know that nobody's beating this Clemson team until at least the title game. I mean, we ain't worried about no North Carolina. We packed them up by 20.
I will say, hey, Louisville, that 2-3 game, if it gets to that, and you never know with the ACC tournament, but it gets that 2-3 game, that Louisville Clemson game is going to be a
great game.
I think Clemson does it for the first time, bro. I think they are ACC champs for the first time. I love that team, man. They handle business, and they're grown men. They're grown-ass men. And so we saw that against Duke, like, push them around a little bit with the physicality. Again, not easy to do, but Clemson did it there in Littlejohn. So I think they do it. We'll see how motivated Duke is by the title game, but we know this Clemson team certainly will be.